Everyone is talking about AI, RAG, embeddings, agents, MCP. But almost nobody actually understands how it all fits together. In this video, I'll fix that. No jargon, no fluff. Just one system that makes everything click. By the end of this video, you'll go from "I've heard these terms" to "I can actually build this." Let's start simple. When you ask ChatGPT a question, what's actually happening? It's just predicting the next word. That's it. Think autocomplete. You type, "I'm going to the," your phone suggests store, gym, movies. LLMs do the same thing, just at insane scale. They're trained on billions of web pages, books, code, and conversations. Basically, the internet. But here's the twist. It doesn't actually understand anything. It's not thinking. It's not reasoning. It's predicting. Imagine a parrot raised in a library for 100 years. It would sound incredibly smart. The capital of France is Paris, not because it understands geography, but because it has seen that pattern millions of times. That's an LLM. Now you understand large language models. Okay, so the LLM can predict words. But here's the problem. It can only look at so much text at once. This is called the context window. Think of it like RAM on your computer. It's the short-term memory. Every question you ask, every answer it gives, every document you paste in, it all takes up space in that window. And it's measured in tokens. A token is roughly 3/4 of a word. So when you hear this model supports 128,000 tokens, that means it can hold about 96,000 words in its head at once. Now, different models have different sizes. GPT 4.1 has 1 million tokens. Claude Opus 4 has 200,000. Gemini 2.5 Pro has 1 million. Sounds like a lot, right? But here's the thing. Most companies have hundreds of gigabytes of documents, databases, and knowledge. That will never fit in a context window. And that is the exact problem that RAG solves. But we'll get there. Now, before we can talk about RAG, you need to understand one key idea: embeddings. Here's the concept. Computers don't understand words. They understand numbers. So we need a way to convert words into numbers. That's what an embedding is. It takes a word, a sentence, or an entire document and turns it into a list of numbers, but not random numbers. These numbers capture meaning. Here's the wild part. Words that mean similar things end up close together. King and queen, close. King and pizza, far apart. Dog and puppy, close. Dog and spreadsheet, far apart. It's like a map of meaning. And this is incredibly powerful because now you can search by meaning, not just keywords. You type, "How do I fix a broken deployment?" and it finds documents about troubleshooting production issues. Even if those exact words never appear, that's embeddings. Numbers that understand meaning. So now you have these embeddings, these lists of numbers that capture meaning. But where do you store them? You need a special database, a vector database. Think of it like a library, but instead of organizing books by title or author, it organizes them by what they're about. You ask a question, and it instantly finds the most similar documents. Not by matching keywords, by matching meaning. Popular ones include Pinecone, Weaviate, Chroma, and pgvector. They all do the same core thing: store embeddings and find the closest matches fast. Really fast, even with millions of documents. So now you have your company's entire knowledge base converted into embeddings, stored in a vector database, ready to be searched by meaning. And that sets up the most important concept in modern AI. RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Sounds fancy. It's not. Here's what it actually does. Step 1. You ask a question. Step 2. The system searches your vector database for the most relevant documents. Step 3. It takes those documents and stuffs them into the context window along with your question. Step 4. The LLM reads everything and gives you an answer. That's it. That's RAG. You're not fine-tuning the model. You're not retraining anything. You're just giving it the right information at the right time. Think of it this way. The LLM is a really smart intern. It knows a lot of general stuff, but it doesn't know your company's data. RAG is like handing that intern the right folder before they answer your question. Without RAG, the LLM guesses. With RAG, it knows. This is why RAG is everywhere right now. It's the simplest way to make AI actually useful for your specific data. Okay, so RAG lets you search and retrieve. But what if you need the AI to actually do things? Not just answer questions, but take actions. That's where agents come in. An agent is an LLM with tools. Think about it. A basic LLM can only read and write text. But what if you gave it access to a calculator? Now it can do math. What about a web browser? Now it can search the internet. A database connection? Now it can query your data. An API? Now it can send emails, create tickets, update records. Each of these is a tool, and an agent is just an LLM that can decide which tools to use and when. You say, find last month's sales numbers and email the summary to my team. The agent thinks, I need to query the database, then calculate totals, then compose an email, then send it. 4 tools, 1 request. That's an agent. But here's where it gets really interesting. What happens when one agent isn't enough? What if you need multiple agents working together? This is called orchestration. Think of it like a company. You don't have one person doing everything. You have specialists. A researcher who finds information. A writer who creates content. A reviewer who checks quality. A publisher who ships it out. Agent orchestration works the same way. You have a manager agent that breaks down the task. It delegates to specialist agents. Each one does their part. They pass results to the next, and the manager puts it all together. This is how you build real AI systems. Not one giant agent trying to do everything, but a team of focused agents, each with their own tools, working together. Frameworks like LangGraph, CrewAI, and Agno make this possible. Last piece of the puzzle, MCP, Model Context Protocol. Here's the problem it solves. Every AI tool has its own way of connecting. Slack has an API, Google Drive has an API, GitHub has an API, your database has a connection string. If you want your agent to use all of these, you need to write custom code for each one. MCP fixes this. It's a universal standard, one protocol to connect AI to any tool. Think of it like USB. Before USB, every device had a different cable. Printers, keyboards, cameras, all different. USB said one cable for everything. MCP is USB for AI. Any tool that supports MCP can be plugged into any AI that supports MCP. No custom code, no special integrations, just plug and play. And that's why MCP is a game changer. It makes building AI agents 10 times easier. And there it is, the complete picture. LLMs predict text. Context windows limit how much they can see. Embeddings turn meaning into numbers. Vector databases store and search those numbers. RAG retrieves the right info at the right time. Agents use tools to take actions. Orchestration coordinates multiple agents. And MCP connects everything with one standard. These concepts don't exist in isolation. They're layers. Each one builds on the last. And now you understand all of them. You didn't just learn vocabulary, you learned architecture. Go build something. I'll see you in the next one.